everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today was a really big surprise when I checked the Lodestone just to see if there was any updated news. And behold, we have the Rising event returning to Eorzea. Now, for those of you who don't know, probably more of the newer players, the Rising event is an event that takes place every year, and it's kind of just to celebrate Final Fantasy XIV. In the game, it celebrates the anniversary of the Calamity and remembers all the people who died during the Calamity, as well as to be grateful that everyone's basically still alive. So every year we do go through like this quick little quests, and they are normally really good quests. And we end up getting some amazing prizes and rewards, and this year is not going to be any different. As you can see, we have some artwork here depicting the Rising event, and what makes this particular Rising event so special is that it's still the Moonfire Fair. So you can actually see this character. She's actually going to be the person that we take the quest from, and she's actually in the gear that we've earned from the Moonfire Fair. And not only that, it's also going to be taking place on the Bloodshore, where the Moonfire Fair is also taking place, on the island of Eternal Summer, as well as having the picture of the Wandering Minstrel here, which is to be expected because he's actually Yoshi P, and he actually takes this opportunity to usually tell us, like, thank you for playing the game, we are so grateful that everybody is so supportive of this. And we see this picture here of him being very thoughtful as he's looking over his goggles. Also, we see what looks to be a message in a bottle. So I don't know what that part is, but it looks like that we're going to be finding a very important message in a bottle while we're here during the Rising event. In fact, I am a little bit surprised that the two events are so close together. I don't think that the Moonfire Fair is even over just yet. Usually the Moonfire Fair is a little bit earlier during the summer, but I think that with the release of Shadowbringers, it had to wait for as long as possible, and I guess that makes sense. So for this year, for 2019, we have the Rising event, which is called To Eorzea with Love. And so this definitely has something to do with this little message in a bottle. What's it going to say? I don't know yet. I think that it would be really cool if it comes from maybe one of the missing Warriors of Light who were there at the Calamity. Highly doubt that, but hey, you never know, we've had stranger things. Okay, so the seasonal event is going to be taking place on Monday, August 26, 2019, and it starts at 8 a.m. So it's actually taking place in less than a week, next Monday, and it's going to be lasting until Tuesday, September 17th, 2019 at 8 a.m. as well. So yeah, we do have about 3 weeks to enjoy the Rising event and get all the prizes. So I do hope that everybody does plan to play the Rising event because, like with most seasonal events, once it goes away, it's pretty much gone, as well as all the prizes and rewards until next year when you can get them from the Lodestone. Here though, it's not going to cost you anything. Okay, so it looks like that we'll be accepting the quest from Eastern Lanosia on Bloodshore like we thought, and the location is on the island of Eternal Summer, which is where the Moonfire Fair event is also taking place, and it looks like we even have one of the fair vouchers here. We have Pobliano, this little Mikote, and the quest that we accept from her is called The Message in a Bottle. Pobliano seeks the aid of an adventurer regarding a matter of grave import. And it looks like the only requirement that you need is that you have to be at least a level 30 to be able to participate in the event. As for the event items that we earned, they really outdid themselves this year. I am so happy with what they came up with. Now the first item that we see here is the little wind-up Y'shtola. Now every year we do end up getting very special minions, usually in the form of some really important characters that we see, that we come to love throughout the event. And this time we have a very special version of Y'shtola. We have the Brave New Y'shtola, which ends up getting us the Brave New Y'shtola minion. And it says here, not want to run from her troubles, and couldn't get very far anyway, which makes complete sense because, yeah, Y'shtola is kind of a troublemaker. She tries to deny it, but that's just who she is. So we have like this perfect little miniature of Y'shtola, including like the glassy eyes, her new outfit, including her staff. So all we gotta do is wait for all the other characters to have their minions added, and we'll have the whole set. Now as for the other items that we get, they're all actually going to be housing items. They're actually posters. We got 6 of them in all. And not only do we see the artwork for Stormblood there, we actually have posters for each of the Patchworks arts as well. And that's incredible. I just love it. Look at all of these posters where you can actually hang them up in the wall. So the first one here is Liberation. Now this is actually the artwork for Stormblood, like the official original artwork. Now as for the details, it says a masterfully rendered oil depiction of key players in the conflict between the Garlean Empire and its erstwhile territories Alamigo and Doma. So yeah, we see all of the characters that we knew from Stormblood added on, and that's a really, really cool idea that they did. I don't know why it took them so long to come up with this idea, but I love it. And the next one is actually part from 4.1, The Legend Returns. A masterfully rendered oil depiction of figures from Evolution Legend of Old and New. So yes, not only do we have the Prima Vista airship here, we also have Alma and Ramza also depicted in the background. For the next one is the artwork from 4.2, Rise of a New Sun. A massively rendered oil depiction of certain employees of Garland Ironworks and an enigmatic piece of technology. So this one was more focused on, I think, a little bit of Omega during that patch, which is awesome. I like it. Not as colorful as maybe as some of the others, but I'm still going to be adding that one to the wall as well. Now the next one here is probably my favorite. It's for the 4.3 patch, the Under the Moonlight. A masterfully rendered oil depiction of the erstwhile acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu, and those instrumental in her destruction. So that was basically kind of like the ending for Stormblood, kind of the official ending for Stormblood where everything was kind of wrapped up and began the setup for Shadowbringers. The next one is from the 4.4 patch, The Preludes in Violet. Massively rendered oil depiction of the ruthless Garlean elite and a few noble souls who sought to stop their nefarious machinations. So not only do we have Alphinaud here, we also have some other Garleans, such as we have Xenos, we have Varus, we have Maxima, and we have Gaius there. And we even have, it's a wonderful touch by the way, we have the old version of Emic Selk there in the background. I just love that, especially with everything that we went through in Shadowbringers with Emic Selk. And finally, we have the artwork for the 4.5 patch, Requiem for Heroes. Masterfully rendered oil depiction of a noble warrior who journeyed across many a realm to fight for the sake of the common man. And yes, it is the Warrior of Light in front of all those banners. It's awesome. I only wish that I could have somehow get it made with my personal character set up there instead of like the traditional one. But anyway, I love it. I love them all. I just can't wait to have them all put up in my house. I only wish that they thought to put in like Heaven's Ward and A Realm Reborn. In fact, with all of this here now, I am hopeful that we will get that eventually. Not sure when yet. Am looking forward to it. I hope everyone else is too. And yeah, I'll be seeing you during the Rising events and looking back on all these years of fond memories of playing this game and hopefully many more years to come. So until next time, bye bye!